Ladies and gentlemen, the Commanding General of Installation Management Command, Lieutenant General Rick Lynch.
Hey, folks, thanks are in order. First, allow me to thank all of you for taking the time to be here today. We acknowledge how busy everybody's schedule is, but for you to take the time from what you had planned to do today to be with us today is so very important. Thank you for that. I want to thank Secretary Westphal, sir, not just for your comments, but what you do for our soldiers, our civilians, and their families every day. I mean, we are indeed blessed as an Army with our civilian leadership. Dedicated men and women who, with a passion and with a focus, do the best they can for our great soldiers, their wonderful families, and our magnificent civilians. So, sir, thank you for what you do. I want to thank my battle buddy. Now, what happens when you get to be a general is you have an idea, and then you turn to somebody that you have ultimate trust and confidence in, and they bring the idea to reality. So I've been blessed for the last 3 years to have as my battle buddy Command Sergeant Major Neil Sayatola. As many of you know, he was the Corps Command Sergeant Major when I commanded the 3rd Corps. He indeed, the minute I was notified that I was going to be the new MCOM commander, I went to him and asked him to accompany me, and he said, I'll be there. When we decided to do an uncasing ceremony, I simply turned to Neil Sayatola and I said, let's do a ceremony. And that was the end of the guidance, and candidly, the last time I had to think about the ceremony until the ceremony began today. Command Sergeant Major Neil Sayatola is the best non-commissioned officer in the United States Army. This ceremony that we're experiencing today is a direct result of his guidance, his leadership, and his focus and his passion for these great soldiers. A round of applause, please, for these great soldiers and my Command Sergeant Major. You can't have a ceremony without a great band, and when we turned to my Beltway battle buddy, Eric Schoonmaker, and said, hey, can we take advantage of the MedCom band at Fort Sam Houston for this ceremony? He said, not only yes, but for sure you can have them. So let's have a round of applause to the great members of the band. And thank you, men and women, for what you do. And thanks for the military and civilian leadership to be here, but I do want to single out one, and that's my buddy, General Steve Lorenz. I had a chance to start working with General Lorenz when I was a 3 Corps and Fort Hood commander, and immediately we had a bond. And that bond was passion for our service members and our love for history. And for General Lorenz to be here today sure shows you how much you're focused on doing the right things and doing things right. There are a lot of folks inside the building who worry about these things called joint bases, but candidly, I don't worry about it. We have Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland Air Force Base, Randolph Air Force Base, Fort Sam Houston. It's all going to be just fine because we're dealing with dedicated professionals who have huge hearts, and that's General Steve Lorenz. So, sir, thank you for spending time with us today. God bless you. Those that wear a uniform now or have worn a uniform in the past understand the significance of an uncasing ceremony. It is a reflection that the center of gravity for the command has changed. And if you listen closely to the narrator, he talked about the evolution of the installation management business over the course of the last several years, with IMA being started in 2006, MCOM being created in 2006, and us continuing to work to improve our capabilities. So when we moved to San Antonio and uncased the colors here, that's a significant reflection of where we are as a command. We are now headquartered in Military City, USA, San Antonio, Texas. So for the leaders of the community who joined us here today, just know we pledge to be good neighbors. We pledge to be open with you all the time on what we're doing and identifying those things that you, the community, can help us with. We are the Army's home, and now our home is San Antonio, Texas. But this is not our permanent home. I don't want anybody out there to think, hey, look what they did. They bought the Kmart. We did not buy the Kmart. We rented it for a period of time because we needed a forward headquarters. And during the course of the open house, I hope you make the time to walk into the headquarters, see what we've done inside, and thank the workforce in there for what they do every day. Because with a dedication and a passion, they are meeting the needs of our soldiers, civilians, and families every day. So make it a point to tell them thank you. But please, don't leave the ceremony and think this is our permanent home. And please annotate your calendars for 11 July of 2011. On the 11th of July of 2011, we, the MCOM headquarters, and our subordinate commands, FMWRC and AEC, will occupy our permanent headquarters on Joint Base San Antonio at Fort Sam Houston, Texas. So please, on the 11th of July, join us for that ceremony as well. And I'll close with this. I tell people all the time, our Army is going to be just fine. 9 years of war have taken a toll on all of us. But in combat, in the most difficult times, our soldiers re-enlist in droves because they know what they're doing is so important. They know that they are defending our freedoms and our way of life. They know that they're ensuring that their children and their children's children enjoy the same freedoms that we enjoy today. So I spend no time worrying about our Army or any of our services because of our service members. But I spend all my time worrying about our families. The strain on our families, the impact on our families. That's why what we do in the installation management community is so important. Give our soldiers, our civilians, and their families a quality of life that's commensurate with their quality of service. That is what we do. That is why we were formed. That is what we do on a daily basis. So for the community in San Antonio to accomplish that important mission, we need your help. We need to establish that partnership so together we can do what needs to be done. Please take the time to join us at the barbecue. Please take the time to walk through the headquarters and know that we appreciate each and every one of you. We love each and every one of you, and we thank you for what you do. God bless you all.